So nice to have you along Thursday, one day closer to the weekend. I'm Jaclyn Whittal. Here's some of the top stories that we're talking about. Who's seen the hottest temperatures right across the country? We're going to have an update on travelers that are making their way back from Mexico, from Odile, and then also an update on the current wildfire situation throughout North America, not just Canada, but the States. So here's some of the hot temperatures. By the way, keep an eye out for the purples. Okay, so anywhere purple means it's above 35 degrees. So in the East Coast, the only place that saw that, Bathurst, 35.9. Everywhere else throughout the summer there, around 30, 31. Quebec, Montreal, 33.2 for the whole summer of 2014. Look at Toronto, 32.2. Windsor, about 0.2 degrees milder than that. Speaking of mild temperatures, it was exactly that in the prairies. Just a mild summer, not abnormally hot. Where it was very hot, and it typically is in the BC interior. Lillooet, BC, 41.4, hottest spot across the nation in the summer of 2014. All right, and they spent over $50 million. So, yeah, very, very active year. Let's talk a little bit about what is now tropical depression downgraded to a low, but it's Odile. If you were traveling to Mexico, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's the remnants. Let's see how travelers that were stuck, 30,000 at the Los Cabos airport, made out. Here they are. Wow, very scary. Yeah, 30,000 people stranded at that airport. Lots of vacationers from California, from Canada. But you know what? The story continues because it's nice and dry, but not necessarily down in the desert southwest, where the Odile remnants still continue to bring flooding concerns. So this was Hornpain, and you know what? A lot of people thought, you know, it looks like they got more than 4 centimeters in areas like Geraldton. Well, you know, a lot of it probably melted, and then really what was measurable was 4. But Chapleau 6, and it is cool. We have a cold air mass moving in behind a cold front, frost advisories moving through, high pressure in place. So no real cloud cover to keep any warmth in unless you go back to the west. I'll show you that in a second. 10 degrees for St. Catharines tonight, 9 for Hamilton, and that widespread frost is possible throughout most of Ontario tonight. Maybe not extreme southern Ontario, but east and north through cottage country. But I want to draw your attention to these winds because whenever our winds shift, our temperatures shift. So this is a warm front. This is what we call the warm sector, and we see southwesterly flow in that area. Behind that cold front, of course, we know we get northwesterly flow, and that cools our temperatures. But look at the difference. So where we have this high pressure, we have cool temperatures this evening, but then we've got warming temperatures, even our evening lows, 12s and 15s, all because of that warm front or that southwesterly flow. I find that fascinating. All right, it's going to be warm, it's going to be hot, and that rain will stay to the central and north coast of BC. Yes, the Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights, one of my favorite things to see. Have you ever witnessed it? It's pretty remarkable. They come in all different colors, yellows, greens, even reds. And a lot of people say they dance across the night sky. You can see why. So how does this actually occur? Well, the first thing you need to know is this originates closer to our sun, and then it gets closer to Earth when we see the show. The Aurora Borealis is a collision of particles and atoms way up in the thermosphere. I'll show you what that is in a second. Best seat in the house to see them, 10 to 20 degrees north and south latitude, so right at the north and the south pole. Solar winds directed to Earth by its magnetic field is what starts the show. Let me show you what I mean. There's the thermosphere and all the different layers. The troposphere is where all of our weather takes place. And it's there where this collision happens that puts on a spectacular show throughout our night sky.